Morning, guys.
Morning.
Okay, so created a lifetime, a real life scenario. We've been reading scenarios that I've gotten off the screen lately, so just want everybody to look at this, and then we'll talk about what you think happened there. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be creating lifetime scenarios here on the property, and then we'll talk about them. Okay, so what do you think? What's your perception of what happened here, Brian?
That, well, one, he pulled up way too far.
Okay.
And by that cone, I'd say he hit the cone and knocked it in the building.
Okay, just so you guys know, Brian has graciously volunteered. This is Brian Seipel. This cone is Brian Seipel, okay? So whenever you see this cone in the parking lot, I'm actually going to put Brian's name on it. But he volunteered to help with this, so Gary, what do you think happened there?
So every time you see that cone run over it, it's Brian.
Okay, that's in the future. But for right now, what do you think happened with this situation?
Well, the cone is in the doorway, well, it is Brian.
Okay, Bob?
Well, that door isn't used, if I'm not
But
mistaken.
that's,
And I don't think that cone is in his lineup.
No, it's in Brian's spot, where Brian McCollum parks.
Yeah, and I think that who's ever driving the blue pickup with the big brush guard on the front that says Stinger,
This isn't to call people out. This is
but I think we're so conditioned to drive up to a bumper block when we drive our cars, and there's not one there, that he drives right up to the edge of the sidewalk, so he feels that with his pickup, so he feels he's pulled far enough ahead.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to stop you right there. The amazing thing is you are the only one so far, and I did this with the mornings group, the drivers. You and George gave exactly the same account of why he would have pulled up there, and I find that interesting because I didn't see that coming. So, I think what was George's comment, that when you're downtown, you pull up all the way to the curb, so you know that you're stopped, so your front end is way over that curb. So I find that interesting though, because I didn't see that coming. So Steve, what do you think happened here?
Well, I have to tend to agree with Bob. You know, there's quite a few vehicles that park in that corner, so you want to make sure he is far enough forward to prevent accident.
Okay.
Parked where the curb is.
All right. So, do you guys know where this cone normally sets? There's a well stub on the other side of George's truck, and that cone is over that well stub. Because last year when we were plowing, George and I, the well stub got hit. I'm sorry, a sewer cleanout stub, I should say. It's not a well stub. But anyway, so we put that cone over that. We put a new cap on it. We put the cone over. Yesterday morning, I moved the cone, and I put the cone on the asphalt in front of where the truck goes. Okay, this is for mindset, values, and safety factor. Like I say, I'm going to be setting up different scenarios every day. You know, maybe down in Gary's area, you never know. Sometimes we use the cone when someone's backing up inside the building, and we put it behind the truck. I have Joey run out and distract the driver for a minute, and I put it behind the truck to see if we're using our R factor. It's just something to show that, you know, what happens when we're not paying attention. Or if you got home, Bob, and the cone was in the middle of your driveway, what would you do?
I'd wonder why there's a cone in the middle of my driveway, and I'd get out there and investigate it.
Okay.
I'd put mine in park first before I got out of it.
Well,
And this,
that goes without saying.
thank you, Jimmy. And chalk your wheels. Yes! Score. So, in this particular case, and I watched out the window, and it's not a spy game, and it wasn't a try to get your, but I watched. This particular person pulled up, angrily, of course, got out of their truck, or at least what appeared they were agitated, I should say. Not going to accuse. Took the cone and actually flung it. And hard enough to make a noise inside the building. And the cone hit the building. As you can see, the cone is still there this morning. Okay? Nobody did anything different with the cone. Nobody put it back where it goes or anything like that. But that's just to mindset in our everyday actions and how quickly things can change. And how the unexpected can happen. So what would you do differently moving forward with this case scenario?
Investigate why the cone is or move it,
Okay.
if there's no reason for it to be there.
What other things would you check for?
Something around it.
Joey, what point did you bring up this morning?
The county could have done that. I mean, maybe they don't want us parking over that because it's a walkway. Somebody can get snug on their bumper.
And I didn't see that coming either this morning. That's a great point. The county does not own this property. A lot of times there's people floating around here that we don't know. We have no idea they're showing up. I'm not notified, you know, and all of a sudden they got cones out or you see somebody walking around in high vis and a hard hat that we don't recognize, so. It's all about mindset, values, and safety factor and just being attentive. So.
Just have Joey get here earlier and park in that spot.
All right, guys, let's have a great and safe day.
Can I change my answer? If that was Brian on the cone, if that's Brian and he's in my driveway,
Go faster.
I'm probably gonna run him over, or I'm gonna think he probably